The Notre Dame Fighting Irish start spring football March 22nd. It's about that time. It's about that time for them to get the ball back out there. Let the kids start playing some ball again. What are some things that we need to keep an eye on going into year 2 of the Marcus Freeman regime? I think we would be idiotic to not keep a close eye on this quarterback derby. Tyler Buchner, Sam Hartman, going to go back and forth. Should be a whole lot of fun to watch. And I understand they're going to settle this on the field. Like, the best quarterback will play. That's not novel analysis. But even more than just this quarterback battle, specifically, I want to track how is Sam Hartman progressing in terms of not just winning the job, but winning over the locker room. And if you watch this show, if you've watched our work here frequently, you know this is my thing with transfer quarterbacks. It is one thing to be the quarterback. It's a whole nother thing to be the guy. And you can be good with the quarterback, but you become elite. You reach your potential when the quarterback is also the guy. You hear what I'm saying? Quarterback, I don't think it's novel to say it is the most important position in sports. You are in the most visible leadership position on the entire field. So as the quarterback goes, it has an impact on the rest of those 10 guys on the field with you. Heck, it has an impact on the rest of that locker room. And remember this, Tyler Buchner, going into the 2022 season, this was his team. Those guys in that locker room, they respected and they rolled with Tyler Buchner going into Columbus. Again, they actually gave a pretty good fight to the Ohio State Buckeyes. Then they ended the season. Tyler Buchner's hurt all year long, ends up coming back and plays in the bowl game. They win that game. So the way that I'm looking at this, Tyler Buchner's team going into 2022, Tyler Buchner's team coming out of 2022. I respect Tyler Buchner. He could have hit the portal when Sam Hartman was coming in. Decided he wanted to stay for spring football and defend his job, defend his team. So I don't pretend to have a ton of insight as to how it's gone during winter conditioning. The good folks at blueandgold.com, Mike Singer, Tyler Horka, they covered this program better than anybody else in the country, in our industry. So make sure you're subscribed there and have a membership over there. But I'm just telling you, the progress he makes as a quarterback for Sam Hartman in terms of winning over this job, he probably is the best quarterback from a talent and ability standpoint the minute he committed to Notre Dame as a grad transfer. Like, we all kind of know that he's got the juice. ACC leader all time in touchdown passes. That's saying something for Sam Hartman. Played a lot of football. But Notre Dame will reach their potential as a team if he wins over the locker room. Tyler Buchner's paid his dues. He's gone through the fire and the flames of adversity with this team. Sam Hartman's gone through winter conditioning. That's definitely a piece of adversity. It's definitely a piece of proving yourself to your teammates. Spring football, another part of that equation. So we'll track it here on this YouTube channel, on the Hard Count, the On3 YouTube channel. Make sure you got a subscription here every single day. We're talking college football. Blueandgold.com will also keep you in the know for spring intel. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at JDPikel. Appreciate y'all in advance for that. Now, the other thing we got to look at, Notre Dame, they lose Isaiah Foskey to the league. Isaiah Foskey now, he's that dude. He brought that juice off the edge, double-digit sacks a season ago. So who steps up on the defensive front for them? Because Notre Dame's going to have a lot returning on the offensive and defensive side. But remember, the defensive line, the trenches, if you will, the pass rush, that's one area that most Notre Dame fans would tell you, yeah, we kind of have a question mark there. We have some concern as to what we're going to bring to the table there. Two guys I'm watching very closely. Ohio State transfer. Javonte Jean-Baptiste played a lot of football. They expect for him at the very worst to be someone that contributes, high floor kind of guy, but could he pop and be a guy that helps replace that production that Isaiah Foskey lost? Can he bring that edge for you? No pun intended. Then Jordan Botelho had 2 sacks in the bowl game. He's like a hybrid linebacker, defensive end, to my understanding, brings a lot of athleticism coming off the edge for you. Does he take that next step during spring football? Is he someone you can count on to be the game wrecker for you? Because those teams that make the college football playoff, I talk about the traits a lot of those teams, and it's tough. It also is a lot of toughness in the trenches. Can you stop the run? Can you get after the quarterback? Georgia did it a lot. TCU was good at it, especially against Michigan. Michigan did it well. Like, you hear what I'm saying? The teams that end up playing for big things at the end of the season, a lot of it has to start in the trenches. And that's a question mark personnel-wise. It's not to say they don't have it. It's to say they don't have as many guys that have proven it consistently. Okay, so Jordan Mattello is a guy that I'm really excited to watch. I think he is primed for a big year. Isaiah Foskey has gone on record saying the same thing about him. He expects him to step up in a big way in 2023. So what is the production and what is the outlook from a pass rush and a trenches standpoint for Notre Dame? Spring football for us, again, not a time we get absolutes, but we take a temperature, get a feel for what that's looking like in that position room, both linebacker and defensive line. So we'll keep an eye there. Now, this is the other piece that I think is one of the most crucial when it comes to their success in 2023. Does a playmaker on the outside for Notre Dame step up? Because Notre Dame under Tommy Rees, who's now obviously the OC at Alabama, they were a 60% of the time run the football team. I expect them to still be physical in the trenches. I expect them to still make it a point to run the football, but you didn't bring Sam Hartman here. Again, over 100 touchdown passes in his career. You didn't bring him to South Bend to hand the football off. No. You brought him to South Bend to be able to be multiple, to fight different styles, like I say all the time with Michigan, like I say all the time with Georgia. You brought Sam Hartman here to bring a new element to your offense. So let's say he does end up winning the starting job. You got to have somebody that can pop the top on the defense. Who's that going to be? It's a question mark right now. Is it Lorenzo Styles? Tobias Merriweather? Deion Colsey? Is it a freshman? Is it Jaden Greathouse? Who is it that steps up in this position room at wide receiver for Notre Dame? I would love to have Notre Dame come out of the spring game with an alpha at wide receiver. And maybe he's not the most proven from a production standpoint. But again, taking the temperature, you ask anybody close to Notre Dame and they say, their voice gets kind of quiet, the eyes get kind of big, and they just say, hey, keep an eye out for blank in the fall. Any of those names here. Caleb Smith, the Virginia Tech transfer. Keep an eye out for him. I mean, any name that you want to insert there. Do they have somebody that can step up and be the alpha at wide receiver? Because they bring back 100% of their rushing production in that running back room. They're going to be able to run the football. Okay? Can they throw off of that? When the defense tries to stack the box and says, we're tired of you running the football on us, do they have somebody that Sam Hartman can throw the football to? You got the quarterback. Do you have the playmaker on the outside? So those are the things that I'm watching very closely for Notre Dame as they get spring football on and popping here March 22nd. Again, the people at blueandgold.com, our Notre Dame on 3 site, they cover this team better than anybody in the industry. Make sure you have a membership there. They'll keep you up to date on the forums with everything going on during spring practice, okay? So lock it in over there. Again, lock it in right here. Make sure you're subscribed. Everybody always says that. Transparently, it just helps us do more of what you want to see. We get reports back on analytics of what kind of content you're looking for. You subscribe, we get a better analysis, if that makes sense. So we appreciate y'all in advance for that. Free 99. Come join the party, man. No time like the present. Spring football is here, baby. Can't wait. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We're going to keep the party rolling, and we will see y'all next time. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.